So hello, my name is Poku Ose. I'm the coordinator for Babasa Youth Empowerment Project. I also sit on the Attainment and Progression Board, Bristol City Council. Um, and as an advocate, I've been to a couple of meetings that it becomes a responsibility for me to just share with the sector what's happening on that board. To start up with will be, I'd like to touch on the Mayor's vision that was outlined recently in November, and the board's consideration of it. Essentially, the board is considering aligning their outcomes to what the Mayor talked about in November. That's at the Mayor's conference. So that will all change as far as objectives are concerned for the board. So that's a key factor. The other thing that is also worth noting is that obviously we now don't have Nick Batchelor as the director for Bristol City Council Education. It's now Jay Mercer. So Jay Mercer is the interim director for Bristol City Council Education, that is. Some few things were talked about at the meeting that will be of concern or interest to the sector. The first being the attainment gaps, more so with ethnic groups, the borderline attainment gaps, educational attainment gaps, how that was still of concern and what needed to be done about it. The conversation did entail that of SENs, and it also did entail school exclusion support programs. They both felt that it was necessary for it to be all looked at, to have a comprehensive idea of what's working and what's not, and to try and pull some data and information from what has been delivered over the period. So they were looking at that. The other concern was the preschool capacity issues as a result of the growth in population, and a few other factors that's come to play, i.e. the budget cuts and a few other things. The board also did strongly feel that, irrespective of the mayor's vision, that's another area that needs to be looked at very closely. Besides concerns, there was also an opportunity that had arisen, and that's for the heads of schools and heads of colleges coming together to make a bid through the Bristol City Council Educational Department for what is known as the Educational Endowment Funds. Now, the Educational Endowment Funds should all be allow schools and educational institutions to be able to offer additional support, and that support that's not directly linked to the curriculum for students who are in need or who will be in need of such support. So in terms of the sector and the opportunities that may arise out of it, is the potential for them to open up such, as and when the funds do come in, for them to open up expression of interest from the third sector as to how they can be working with schools to raise attainments and to improve the social well-being of young people as a whole. That's children and young people. It may also be worth pointing out that if, as far as the direction over the next 3-4 years is concerned, seeing as the sector, seeing as the educational department is primarily looking at the mayor's vision, what the mayor wants, it may be an idea that in future proposals to the council, especially if you're working with children and young people to do with attainment, you focus on that as a primary objective, because it's all about a change. And the last thing that I will add to that will be the attainment gap as well, which is clearly an issue for the board and for the outcomes board as well. That's the Attainment and Progression Board and the outcomes board. So again, I foresee an opportunity there for the sector to step in, start having conversations with schools as well as the educational department for Bristol City Council as to how we can all work together to make the model work, if not change it altogether. So I think those will be the prime things at this moment. The last thing that I'll add is that there's a lot undergoing restructuring at the moment, as we know, and Mercer is overseeing the post-Ofsted action plan. So I think for now, a lot of things are up in the air, but as I mentioned, the Mayor's vision for education will probably be the best hook in terms of working strategically with Bristol City Council and other partners. Thank you.